After our toilet paper shortage of 2020, I hope and I pray, family, that you are paying attention. We're seeing empty shelves, we're seeing rising prices, and pretty soon we're going to start seeing panic buying. Are you ready? Let's talk about it. This is me, Mary C, coming to you yet again with another video. And this time around, I want to talk to you about the shortages that we are currently seeing in both food and supplies. Hi, fam. Before we get started, I do want to say this, and I'll have to stop this finger pointing. I did that in the last video, and I apologize for that. But in this video, I want to say thank you, a heartfelt thank you to all of my new subscribers, all of my old viewers who have been with me from the beginning. And I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for all of the sweet, kind comments. I was reading through so many of them, um, and I was so touched that there were times that I really got tearful, because you guys are so sweet, you're so kind, and you're so loving and warm. And I am grateful that you are part of my family. So um, I just can't thank you enough for that. So anyhow, I'm here with another warning, and it's along the same lines. Um, I'm hoping and I'm praying that you guys are really paying attention. And, if this video is something that will help others, please don't hesitate to share it with them as well. But these shortages that we're seeing today are not just shortages that occurred just happenstance and just recently. They're not current issues. Many of them that we're dealing with date back. And I'm going to try to use some notes. I'm not really used to doing this, but I'm going to try to use some of my notes to kind of refresh my mind on where I want to go with this. And one of the things is I want to talk about 2019. If you recall, 2019, we had flooding in, flooding of the farms that were across the Midwest of the United States. Although this doesn't just affect the United States, it's worldwide, but I'm going to kind of talk about what happened here. 2019, it was catastrophic. Um, and the flooding that we had in 2019, I don't know if you remember or if it was said enough, but we lost farm animals, we lost tons of crops during that time frame. One of the things that I'll try to do in this video is I will try to link some of my resources in the description area so that you can kind of go back and take your time to read. I'll put some images up on the screen as well. You'll see those, and I'll just kind of go through those quickly. But we had the flooding in 2019, okay? And that wasn't the beginning of it. We also had problems before that. We had flooding in Iowa, we had flooding in Missouri, we had flooding in Illinois, in Indiana, and Wisconsin. And that was that flooding happened. I want to say that was no, that was 2019. 2019, and we lost about 1.3 million acres of corn and 1.7 million acres of soybean. That was 2019. That was a lot of crops that we lost during that time frame. So we were behind in crops before, and now the shortage is even worse. So March 12th, 2020, I want to show you, or I actually want to read to you something that I found on Facebook. And I found it on Facebook when I found out that, let me back up. I found out that some of the farmers were having such a hard time with the crop loss and everything. that one of the things that they were doing is they sent out a hashtag no plant because things were just that dire and they were reaching out to each other. And so when I did the hashtag, I went out and searched on the hashtag. I got that from an article. And when I did a search on the hashtag no plant, this particular post came up. And it was just interesting enough that I felt you needed to hear what this person actually had to say. So this was written March 12th, 2020. It was posted by a Courtney Michelle Alexander. And I'm not going to read the whole thing, but just listen to what she had to say. She says, in the light of the current situation going on in stores across the U.S. Now remember, this is March 20th or March 12th, 2020. Okay. She says, in light of the current situation going on in the stores across the U.S. and in the world, this is something I've been subtly trying to warn people about for the past year. Food will not be stocked and as readily available as it used to be. 2019 was a disastrous season for crops in the United States. Canneries closing, farmers are quitting or committing suicide. Okay? She said farms were trending. This is what it was trending. The hashtag no plant and the hashtag no harvest in 2019 because of the dire situation. And she says crops couldn't even be planted or were rotting in the fields during harvest time. But the USDA was still counting those losses as yields. Now, I'm going to segue from that into something else, excuse me, that I'm gonna actually go to the USDA's site, USDA government site. Let me see if I can get there real quick. Hold tight, hang with me there for a little bit. Okay, you guys, hang in there with me. I did go over and found the USDA's gov.gov's website, and I did a search on food shortage. And this is what they had to say about food shortage. They say there are currently no nationwide shortages of food, although in some cases the inventory of certain foods at your grocery store might be temporarily low before stores can restock. Well, that's what they say. What say you? I'll tell you what I'll say. I say there are shortages, and I say you need to prepare for it, because they're not going to tell you what's really going on. They're just not going to do it. As you can see, they're telling us there are no shortages, but if you look at the data from the farms, from the harvest, from the crops, not only did we lose crops between 2008 till now, we had the hurricane, which was the fourth one, Hurricane Ida. Okay, so I'm adding all of these up, and you should be too. We had Hurricane Ida, which was the fourth hurricane in that season, and Hurricane Ida, if I'm not mistaken, let me make sure I'm saying this right. Not only did it cause flooding, but it also caused wind damage. We lost say this right. We lost sugarcane crops during that time frame. Prior to that, 2019, it was corn, and it was, what was the other one? Soybeans, we lost. And then again, corn again with this hurricane that we had, Hurricane Ida. And then not along with the hurricanes, we had the drought. Okay, so we had farm animals that perished because of the drought, and we had crops that did not make it completely to full growth because they didn't have the resources to water the plants and water their crops. I say plants like they're out in the backyard with a garden like mine, but you know what I mean. Hang in there with me, people. Again, I am just taking and I'm pulling all the pieces together, just like a jigsaw puzzle. And if you have this occur, then it makes sense that as a result of this, that this is going to happen. So, for us to think that this flooding, ruining crops, the drought, and losing farm animals, if we think that this is not going to impact us, we're crazy if we think that it won't. And not only, and again, I said I'm kind of focused here in the United States. However, we had crops suffer around the world, from places like Florence, Italy. China had, we're talking millions, okay? We're talking millions of crops that were damaged or unsalvageable. This is our food, people. If the crops fail, we don't eat. So is there a food shortage? I would say yes. Is it real? I would say definitely yes. Do we need to do something about it? I would say definitely yes. This is the time, we're kind of out of the season, or depending on where you live. This is the time where you need to be stockpiling seeds. I don't care if you only have a pot to put those seeds in. You need to start planting food that you can eat. Grow what you eat. You need to grow what you eat. We cannot depend on this government or anyone else to come to our rescue and feed us. We need to take care of our families. So if you have space in your yard for a garden, put one in. Start getting some seeds. Get your seeds now while you can. I know it's off season, but I believe that you can still get seeds if you go online. So get seeds. That way you know where your food's coming from, and you will have your own source of food. So I don't want to keep you too long on this video here. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. The shelves at the stores, they're not empty yet. They're not empty yet, but I foresee the same thing that happened with the toilet paper rush, where people were out looking for toilet paper and wanting to fight over toilet paper. I can see that happening again, but I don't see it happening so much with the toilet paper as I do see it happening with food. Do you want to be out there with the crazies fighting over that last can of soup? I would say no, don't do that. Stock up now. So many of you wonderful viewers had so many excellent ideas and things that you were sharing on how to stock up, what to stock up on. And some of you beautiful people even included recipes. So, I mean, you guys you're the best family that I could have. You're the best. And I appreciate each and every last one of you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Thank you so much for listening to me. I am trying my best to reach out to you all and to sound the alarm. I don't want to get all teary-eyed here, but we only have a little bit of time left to do this. And we need to get serious. We truly need to get serious. This is not playtime. If you listened to my videos beforehand, excuse me just a second. I did not intend to do this. So sorry. But if you've listened to my videos in the past, you know that I rely heavily on the Most High. He has He has given me numerous warnings to share. And before I really didn't have a platform to share it at, or share it on. So for the most part, I was sharing it with my family. I was reaching out to when I say family, in this case, I'm talking about blood family. So I was reaching out and sharing it with all of the blood family members who would listen to me. And I will say this, like you, some of you have already mentioned, a lot of your family members think that you're crazy. Well, if they think that, then guess what? You are in good company, because I've been called that too. And, call me crazy. I don't care. I bet they thought that Noah was crazy too. And he survived. So, you want to survive? Let them call you crazy. It's okay. You're in good company. The warnings that I have been getting from the Most High have been the alarm sounding. And I don't know if you guys are, if you, I don't know how to say this. It's a spiritual thing. I will sometimes hear the shofar blowing, and it's sounding the alarm. He's letting us know. Pardon me again. Sorry. He's letting us know that the time is near and that we need to be ready. We need to be ready for when he calls. So, that being said, are you ready? So there are a few things that we need to do. Not only should we be stockpiling, and I'm saying stockpiling, and they've made it into a negative sounding word, which it really shouldn't be. It's when you stockpile, you're putting food aside for your family. What is negative about that? There's no negativity in that. You are taking care of your needs and your family's needs. So you should be stockpiling. Yes, I have faith in the Most High. I trust him completely. And when he says to put some food to the side, guess what? Put some food to the side, okay? We need to be doing that. We need to also make sure that we have not only supplies for your children and yourself, your fur babies as well. And a few of my viewers made comments about that, and that is so true. Make sure that you take care of your fur babies as well. Also, that means food, water, that means first aid supplies, that means everything that you can think of that is required to keep your family safe and for you all to survive. Okay, things are going to get bumpy. Things are going to get rough. Get ready for it. There's so much that I want to share with you, but I'm not going to share it in this video because it's going to be too long. But there's so much that I would really love to share with you. The other day, I don't want to, dump all of this heavy stuff onto you and not give you some words of encouragement. Let me do that too. I want to tell you that the Father, he loves you. He loves you so, so much. He doesn't want not one of you to perish, not one. He loves you so, so much. And he showed me, and this is another thing that brought me to tears. He showed me the other day his loving care. And it's just, little things. So, and you may hear this and you may say, oh yeah, Miss Mary is a lunatic. Well, okay. What is it that was in that one movie? I'll be your huckleberry. I'll be your huckleberry lunatic, okay? But let me tell you what the Father did. Okay? I was sleeping, and he ever so gently woke me up. He woke me up, and I could hear it just as clear as day with the words, "With long life will I satisfy you." And then there was a little boop on my head. And when I say there was a little boop on my head, it was a kiss. He put a kiss on my head. When you encounter grace, when you encounter His holiness, His goodness, His purity, His love, like that, there are no words for that feeling. And He wants you to feel that too. He wants you to know how that feels too. He's a loving God. His wrath is in the world right now, as it needs to be. And we should be praying His will be done. But so long as you love Him, so long as you follow His statutes and His commandments, so long as you have a relationship with Him, you're covered. You are covered. So no matter what's going on in the world with this food shortage, it's real. It really is real. It's real. And we need to heed, and we need to heed the warning now, not wait for somebody else to tell us what to do as far as family members or, husbands or spouses. We need to heed this warning now. We need to do something about it now. Our time is short. The time is running out, and I really want to stress that. The time is running out. I don't know if you feel it, if you sense it. You know something is getting ready to happen. It's like the bottom is getting ready to drop or fall out or whatever the term is. But I know you sense it. You know that it's coming. Get ready. Get ready. Anyways, I said I wasn't going to make this be a long video. And I apologize for getting all emotional on you. I really do care. I love you all. And I want you to make it. I want to see you on the other side. Okay? I don't care what you look like. I don't care what your background is. I'm not political. If you love the Lord, if you love His people, just like He said, as you love yourself, if you can call anyone your neighbor, regardless of their skin color, their background, or anything like that, you are my sister. You are my brother. You are my family. I don't go by skin color. I don't go by, your politics. I don't get involved in it. I don't vote for this one and I don't vote for that one, because to me it doesn't matter who's sitting in that presidential seat, because my Father above is the one that's in control, and that's my vote. My vote is there. So I'm not going to get political with you. I'm not going to go into the racial thing with you, because all of us, regardless of skin color, can enter into Zion. That's what the word says, and that's what I believe. So anyways, I'm going to say so long for now. I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. And thank you to all who are new to the family. I love y'all. So long. Just as I said beforehand, here are a couple of the articles that I will link into the description area. If you have the time, take the time to read and see what some of these articles actually have to say about the shortages, high prices, and what's going on in the world today. Remember, Noah's the first prepper and he's our example. And remember also, we're in this together, family. Shalom.